Welcome to this video on how to reduce visual stress when reading academic textbooks. My name is John Hicks and I manage the Studying with Dyslexia blog. Together we're going to find out about what visual stress is and discover a less stressful way of absorbing information from course textbooks. This video will be useful to students in secondary, higher and further education who find using textbooks for study or revision challenging and tiring. I've put this video together for you because I am someone who knows what it is like to find reading tiring and has experienced the anxiety that comes with not absorbing information from textbooks as quickly as my peers. I really hope that this video will show you a way that will make studying and revising more effective so that you can achieve better academic outcomes. So what is visual stress? Visual stress refers to reading difficulties, light sensitivity and headaches that come from the exposure to disturbing visual patterns. It can be responsible for print distortion and rapid fatigue when reading. The severity of these symptoms can vary from person to person, and the symptoms can occur despite having normal vision. Visual stress is also commonly called Meares-Irlens syndrome, named after the researchers that first discovered it. But here in the UK, we more commonly use the term visual stress. So isn't visual stress really called dyslexia? The signs of visual stress are often confused with dyslexia, and this can be a challenge for many in understanding strategies for living with these conditions. The definition of dyslexia is that it is a learning difficulty that primarily affects the skills involved in accurate and fluent word reading and spelling. Characteristic features of dyslexia are difficulties in phonological awareness, verbal memory and verbal processing speed. So no, visual stress is not dyslexia, but it's quite common to co-occur at the same time as dyslexia. If you experience visual stress, then there are many ways that you can utilise to help you with that process of reading information from textbooks or books or whatever. Many solutions range from physically changing the colour of the text, perhaps using an appropriate coloured overlay, through to having someone read out the text. As we get older and need to be more independent, having someone read for us becomes less practical and desirable. When doing any kind of studying, we need to be able to have personal strategies that do not involve other people. It is less embarrassing and it gives us the freedom to study in our own way. So if we have visual stress, how can we get the information from our textbooks without having someone to read them out? This video will show you how, and what's more, I will tell you how to get curriculum-based textbooks for free to support your studies later on in this video. So keep watching. But before I show you how to access the important information that is contained within course textbooks, whilst reducing levels of visual stress, and for that matter anxiety about having to read and taking lots of information, I would like you to consider the following. What if you could have all your textbooks with you and accessible anytime, just when you need them? What if you could quickly get to the information that you need in a way that fits with your learning style? What if you could get down to focusing on course content without having to worry about the difficulty in reading that content? i.e. being able to remove the anxiety about reading that so often comes from experiencing visual stress. Let me show you a way that makes studying and revising so much more of a positive experience. Okay, I would like to introduce to you a piece of technology called text-to-speech. This software is a way of reading out text in a digital file such as a PDF or a Word document. Let me show you how that works.
History in Focus. GCSE.
You're looking at a downloaded textbook for GCSE Modern World History. And as you can see, I've clicked on the text, and this particular piece of text-to-speech software has read out the title of the book. This is great. This means that I am able to listen to text rather than stare at text and get tired by staring at text as I read along. Let's look at a more complicated page. So as you can see, as we go into the textbook, the pages become more complicated, and we have a number of different types of text on this page. So we have the main body of the text, we have a picture with a caption underneath it, we have an inset here, and we also have some text written vertically up the side of the page. Now this presents a challenge to us with any text-to-speech software, because PDFs and books are not written with text-to-speech software in mind, and so as a result, text-to-speech software generally can get quite confused when trying to read out the text. Let me show you what I mean.
Before 1870, Germany was a collection of small independent states, of which Prussia was the most powerful. In 1870, the Prussian statesman Bismarck won the war against France, after which he...
So as you can see, I'm doing okay starting to read down this paragraph. But if I get down to here and I want to read out what's in this box here, if I click on here...
One, do you think that preserving peace overseas empire? With this aim in mind, Italy joined Germany and Austria in the Triple Alliance.
So I'm trying to read just this piece of text, and as I click on the next line down, what you can see is that the text-to-speech software is getting confused because it doesn't know where the text starts and it doesn't know where it stops because of the formatting on the page. With this particular piece of software, Sprint Plus has been developed to be able to intelligently discover the structure of the page, and we can do this by going to our PDF tools, and we can click on the auto detection feature. I'm going to set this to detect the structure on the current page, but you can do this for the whole book. And with that bell, this means that we're able to start reading the text again. Let's click on this inset again.
One, do you think that preserving peace, Austria, Hungary or Italy? Like Germany, Italy was formed from a collection of smaller states. At first, its main concern was, like some of the other European powers, Italy wanted to set up colonies and build up an...
So as you can see now, Sprint Plus has intelligently gone through the page and assigned a structure to all the text. And we can see what it's done by looking at the order tool in the software. And this is really useful to us because we're now able to click on any part of the page and read that text. Let's just take a closer look at how it does it. So when I click on a piece of text, you'll see that the text highlights, and then it highlights the word that it's reading out in particular. And this is a great way of following the text as you go along.
Austria-Hungary was a sprawling empire in Central Europe. It was made up of people of different...
It enables me to navigate down the page as well. So if I switch to sentence and I'll click on next.
It was made up of people of different ethnic groups: Germans, Czechs, Slovaks, Serbs and many others. Each group had its own customs and language. Many of these groups wanted independence from Austria-Hungary.
So as you can see, I can simply scroll down and use the navigation tools of Sprint Plus to take me through the text, the body of the text on this page. And finally, in this demonstration of text-to-speech software, if you are a student of another language, such as French or German or some of the other major European languages, then you can use Sprint Plus to help you gain access to the text, whether it's in English or in French and so on, within a textbook. You're looking at a GCSE French textbook here, and I'm going to click on some of the text just to illustrate the way that it switches between English and French.
Écoutez, DOU accent grave viennent-ils? Choisissez le bon nombre et la bonne lettre.
1, 2, 6. Listen. Where are they from? Choose the correct number and the correct letter for each one.
Luc. Montréal. En Angleterre.
When saying where someone lives, you use
En.
with feminine countries.
So you can see that you can use Sprint Plus to be able to switch between different languages within one page. And this is really useful because we can listen to the foreign language words and compare them with the way they're being spelt on the page too. So this is a really good learning tool for languages. Okay, so we have explored what visual stress is, looked at how it can affect us when we're using textbooks for our studying or revision. And I've shown you one of the ways in which you can manage the levels of stress when reading using text-to-speech software, such as Sprint Plus. If you'd like to download a 60-day demo of Sprint Plus to see what difference that can make to your visual stress, please go to their website as listed here. I've also mentioned the source of PDF textbooks that are available on the internet. This is the RNIB Bookshare service, which you can use with the authorization of your school or college to download PDF versions of curriculum-based textbooks, which can be read out using text-to-speech software. I do hope that this video was useful to you, and if you do have any questions, please feel free to contact me at john.hicks@jabbla.com.